What up? It's your boy Shook, and today, man, what we're gonna be talking about is that lonely phase that you're currently in right now, because you are right now at a point in your life where you're trying to upgrade your life, and most likely you've probably made a little bit of progress, and because you made this progress, you may have outgrown some old friends, family, and you can't relate with a lot of people anymore because you're on a different path. But at the same time too, you're kind of stuck in the middle where you haven't yet reached where you wanted to be, so you can't network with the actual individuals that you want to be with. And not even networking, man, just be boys with them, because at the end of the day, the people at the top are boys with people at the top. You know, the five people you surround yourself with is ultimately who you become. And it's no coincidence that typically people who have made it hang around other motherfuckers that made it, right? So you're currently right now in the middle where you've passed your old friends and you're not yet at that point where you can start linking up with people who are already where you want to be. This is part of the journey, man, where it gets fucking lonely, man. Like, I'm telling you, it gets fucking lonely. You're not going to be seeing your friends as often. You're not going to be able to relate with a whole bunch of people. You're going to be questioning yourself so much, man. Asking yourself, why am I doing this, man? What happens if this doesn't work out, man? Am I really wasting my time? All these thoughts go throughout your head, man. But what I wanted to talk about in today's video is what you can do while you're in this stage so it becomes manageable. You still stay consistent with everything you got to do and are able to get past this lonely stage to eventually get to where you want to get. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. The first thing I'm gonna suggest is to keep yourself busy, man, which you already should be doing if you're trying to become the best version of yourself, right? But I'm saying, man, you should have your calendar filled. Every hour should be filled with something that you are doing. The reason why we want to stay as busy as possible during this stage is, number one, you're trying to achieve some big shit. So more than likely, you're going to have to start working 12 to 18 hour days. Like, your days are going to become you trying to upgrade yourself and go beyond the average human being. So we need to work more than the average human being. The average human being is working what, 7.5, 8 hours a day? They work 40 hours a week. Bro, we need to double that in order to get to where we want to get. So maybe you have your full-time job and then you also have your side business. The reason why this is really important is because when you're constantly busy, you're not gonna have a lot of time to think and reflect and be like, oh shit, like, kind of sucks right now. I'm not really, I'm not having as much fun as I used to. You won't get as much. You'll avoid the FOMO that occurs, like, oh shit, like, my friends are out there having fun. Like, is what I'm doing really worth it? And on top of that too, because you're using every hour of the day to get closer towards your goal, what eventually is going to happen is that you're going to see progress. All of a sudden, you're going to start seeing yourself get a little bigger. You're going to see some of your content improve if you do content yourself. You're going to start seeing more revenue coming into your little side business. All of these things. And then and it's a feedback loop. The more you see the improvements, the more you're going to enjoy the process and the grind of trying to get to where you want to get. However, it also works in reverse too. If you are not working towards your goal and you're not keeping yourself busy, you're not going to see results. And when you don't see results, you're going to be a little bit fucked up about it, and it's going to make it less likely for you to continue on the path that you are currently on, because you're already, fuck, I'm already lonely, I don't get to see my friends, I feel like I'm missing out, is this shit really worth it? And then on top of that too, you're not seeing any progress, you're gonna fucking fold. And we want to prevent that. So number one is to try to keep yourself as busy as possible. Number two, while you're at this lonely stage, we want to take care of our physical as best we can. A lot of our mental health is based on our physical health, okay? They work together. But a lot of people neglect the physical part about themselves when they're grinding, and eventually it starts eating up on them mentally. So while you're in this mode of you're not seeing as many people and you're kind of lonely, you want to still be taking care of your physical health. And that means getting daily exercise, man. I don't give a fuck. If you're a young man under the age of 40, bro, you should be going to the gym regularly. I don't give a fuck, man. You can always find an hour or two in your day to go to the gym. And plus, you're in the lonely stage right now. You're grinding and you're putting everything in your calendar. You can find an hour. I promise you, when you start putting shit in your calendar, you will realize you're wasting way more time than you actually perceive. And you can find 1 or 2 hours in your day to get some daily exercise. Number 2, you also want to make sure that you're eating clean. Eating clean is so important, man, because not only is it going to transform your physique and everything, that's a huge benefit that I'm sure every guy wants, right? It allows, when you are eating clean, non-processed shit, you're going to get less brain fog. You're not going to have the itis. You can think clearer. A lot of our actions are based on our thoughts. If you are thinking good shit, you're going to do good actions. It's that simple, right? So making sure that you eat clean so that, number one, what you're doing at the gym is actually going to work, because a lot of building muscle and losing weight comes down to your diet. But number 2 is to keep your mental in check, because the food we eat, our thoughts affect our actions, and during this time period, we need to be mentally strong. And if you are having shitty thoughts during this period of loneliness, it's going to make it way harder to stay in this phase and continue on and eventually reach that person you ultimately want to become. Okay? You also want to make sure you're getting enough sleep. Is important, because if you're not getting enough sleep, man, I'm telling you, it'll fuck up your mood. It'll make it more likely to cheat on your diet because you're more stressed out. There's a lot of negative effects that come with not getting enough sleep, and I'm guilty of this, man. There are some nights, man, where I get maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and trust me, on those days, man, I really feel it. I feel way more anxious. My energy levels are low, obviously, because I only got 3 or 4 hours of sleep. On top of that too, my mood is just all over the place, man, right? Now, some people out there might be seriously grinding, and it's like, oh, maybe there's some nights you might not be able to get the optimal 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I get that, I understand, but at least try your best, man, and if anything, man, stick to a routine with your sleep. Even on the weekends, if you are going to bed at 11 o'clock and then waking up at 7, make that an every single day thing, because I'm telling you, part of your sleep health is the time you go to bed and the time you wake up. And if it's a routine thing, I'm telling you, your quality of sleep will improve, which will help your physical health, which will help you get through this stage of loneliness while you're grinding. Number 3 is make sure periodically, and I'm going to put a big emphasis on after the work is done, to treat yourself. Don't treat yourself every day. I'm saying periodically. What this can look like for you is, for example, for me, man, the way I kind of treat myself is like, after I put in a lot of work during the week, I'll go somewhere nice to eat, man. That's my kind of reward. I like enjoying good food, man, right? But for you, it may be something different. It's like maybe on a Sunday you can watch some Netflix, you can play some video games, whatever you get some form of enjoyment from, right? But I want to put a special emphasis on, do not make this an everyday thing, man. This right here is so that you don't lose your fucking mind. You know, everyone that's in the fitness community talks about cheat days and cheat meals. The reason why they have these cheat meals is that because you've been on your diet for so long and you've been so strict, what ends up happening is when people stay on it for way too long, when they have one bite of some good food, they fuck it all up, they self-sabotage, and they go fucking crazy, and they undo progress by going on a binge for the next couple days, for the next couple weeks, right? So to keep yourself sane during this period, right? Treat yourself periodically. Maybe do nice things, okay? Schedule it out on your calendar that once or twice a week, you're gonna do something you enjoy. And like I said, something that you enjoy. It may be going out to eat, playing video games, watching Netflix, doing your favorite hobby. Whatever the case is, find that one activity that you get enjoyment from so that while you're grinding, at the end of the week, for example, you can look forward to enjoying that specific activity. And number 4 is to constantly remind yourself what's on the other side once you get past this stage. I understand that this stage fucking sucks, man. It really fucking does. But what you can do during this time period is, what I first off recommend is to, on a pen or a paper or on your phone, write down that dream life you ultimately want to live that will be created by what you're trying to do. How is your life gonna look? How's your lifestyle gonna look? How much money will you have? What kind of car will you be driving? What kind of women will you be seeing? How are people gonna see you? How are people going to treat you? All these things, man. Think about, write it all down on a piece of paper. Create a vision board. Have some form of reminder that you can always look back on, so that when you hit those points during your stage of loneliness while you're grinding, you can be like, oh shit, I know the shit sucks right now, but on the other side of this, I'm gonna have all these things I want so fucking badly, man. It sucks right now, but yo, driving that new car is gonna hit way fucking different. Not having to work a job anymore and just relying on my business income is gonna hit way fucking different. Try to make yourself feel what it's gonna be like when you actually achieve all your goals and you have all of this, man. And constantly reminding yourself by just having that description of what your life look like, or a vision board, and constantly reminding yourself, and reminding yourself, especially when you hit those stages in the lonely stage where you're, like I said, where you're kind of like, man, fuck, why am I even doing this shit? Is this shit even gonna be worth it? Am I missing out? Remind yourself, man. And if you do these 4 things that I mentioned, number 1 is keeping yourself busy and making sure that your calendar is full. Number 2 is taking care of your physical health. Number 3, treating yourself periodically so that you look forward to something at the end of the week or end of the month. And number 4 is having constant reminders of what your life will look like. I promise you, it will make the lonely stage bearable. It'll make it at least more bearable. Because the shit fucking sucks. I'll admit to you guys, the shit fucking sucks, man, right? But what we can do is try to make it suck as less as possible by doing these 4 things, man. And I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, man, but like I said, it'll just make it a little bit more bearable. All right? With that being said, man, I hope you guys got some value from today's video. Subscribe to the channel. Check me out on Instagram. Other than that, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.